right, hey, and welcome everyone to Big Jim's Blogcast Live. Hold on here a sec. Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is Big Jim's Blogcast Live. It is Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Oh my God, I gotta, hold on here a sec. 2021, 2021, all right. I have 2020 in my head so far. Let's see, all right. There we are. So, okay, all right. So there we go. Say hello. Yeah. All right. So. Share now. Public. All right. So. So anyways, yeah. It is 8 p.m., a little past 8 p.m. is Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Welcome to Big Jim's Blogcast Live 3.0, episode 159. So, let's see here. All right. There we are. I'm going to enlarge that. There we are. So, all right. And I'm going to say hello. So, all right. Yeah, here we go. So, tonight, I'm going to, disclaimer, I may say a few bad, dirty words like the S word, the L word, the F word, and any other words. So, if that offends you, go grab a box of tissues, a box of Kleenex. Let me introduce who we are. Welcome to Big Jim's Blogcast Live 3.0, episode 159. We are on Facebook Live every Saturdays and Sundays and the occasional Friday nights. If you're out there, just say hello or say hi. We are based out of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. We're in our third year now. We debuted back in November of 2018. We are, like I said, we're in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, bordering Port Huron, Michigan. Big Jim's Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews, and tonight is this one. It is called Red Light Red Ale. It's by the River Run Brewery here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. I will give it I will open it a little bit in a little bit here. Oh, what else? Oh, okay. It's craft breweries right here in Sarnia, Ontario, and across Ontario, and Canada and the U.S. We do craft beer reviews from. Also pairing it with tonight I'm going to pair it with Islay-Miss blended Scotch whiskey and a nice cigar. This one's WD El Presidente from Sharpskin Weather Gear in Point Edward. We talk about local events near you, countdowns to holidays, birthday shout-outs to our friends. We talk about retro classic stuff such as classic TV, 1, 2, 3 hit season wonders, canceled TV shows, spin-offs, character actors, actresses, 80s hard rock, 70s, 80s, 90s hard rock, hair metal, forgotten groups, one-hit top 40 stuff. Talk about classic pro wrestling, like the classic wrestlers, the NWA, the AWA, WCW, WWE, UWF, their pay-per-views, their tag teams, the stables, the jobbers, the managers, even the referees, and even shows like Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll talk about classic sci-fi from like Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Space 1999, droid ships, weapons, minor characters, etc. We'll talk about classic sports from the NHL, the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, NASCAR, the teams, the coaches, the players, championship series. Combine that with like random guitar solos. So that's us in a nutshell. So sit back, enjoy it, and tune in. So, all right. That is lethal. Excuse me. So, all right. Now, tonight's show, we will have, I'll get the crappy review right in a minute there. Like birthday shout-outs, countdowns. We're going to talk about the late actress Tanya Roberts and her storied career, the movies and TV shows she's been in. We'll talk about one TV show she was in. We'll talk about the 5th and final season of Charlie's Angels. We'll talk about the movie Domino, starring Keira Knightley and Mickey Rourke. We'll talk about classic album, Rat Out of the Cellar. This week in Van Halen history, we'll talk about a legendary pro wrestling manager, Captain Lou Albano, and we remember a baseball star, broadcasting star, and a soap opera star. So, all right, let's get going here. So, anywho, all right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm just checking my phone on here. Oh, wait, no, maybe not yet. All right. So if you're out there, say hello. Anyways, the beer for tonight, it is called Red Light Red Ale by the River Run Brewing Company right here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the Blogcast. So, well, here we go. All right. Oh. Oh. Now, before I try that, I'll recap like last night's. Last night we went live, first for Big Jim Blogcast Live 3.0. That went live on a Saturday night. It was the lockdown edition. It's the lockdown edition. So you and I had nothing better to do on our Saturday night, so just join me. But yesterday, last night, I reviewed another beer from them, the Nutbuster Peanut Butter Porter, and it just didn't click with me for some reason. So, anyways, now, all right, here we go. Let's see. Look at the head on that. That is River Run Brew. So, I'm trying it for the very first time. All right, I like that. That's good. All right. Okay. All right. So, and I like the. So far, so good. Last night's beer from them, the Nutbuster Peanut Butter Porter. Like I said, didn't click with me, but if any of you out there like peanut butter in your beer, extract peanut butter, go for it. It's all yours. So, all right. All right. All right here. So, let's see. All right. Experimenting here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Now, all right. So tonight's beer, okay. So it's Red Light Red Ale. It is by the River Run Brewing Company. There it is. So, and so far so good. So, Pour a little bit of that into there. So, anyways, I keep thinking it is 2020, still 2020, but anyways, we're going to get to some birthday shout-outs and countdowns here, and then some local events here. So, anyways, here we go with our birthday shout-outs. Yesterday, Stephen Morrison, happy birthday to you. Today, my sister-in-law, Elise Brown, and Paula Van Beers, happy birthday to you guys. Tomorrow, Tam Janice, Lisa King, and Jody Strangeway, happy birthday to you guys. Happy belated birthday, everyone, the weekend birthdays. You all share your birthdays with Robin Zander of Cheap Trick, Patrick Simmons of the Doobie Brothers, soul singer Aaron Neville, Neil Diamond, and 1/4 of the Pointer Sisters, Anita Pointer. So happy birthday, everybody. Yeah. All right. So, all right, and let's get into some countdowns here. So, all right. Valentine's Day is 21 days away. St. Patrick's Day is 52 days away. Daylight savings time, where we change the clocks back or ahead. Anyways, that's 49 days away. Spring is about 55 days away. Good Friday, long weekend, Easter long weekend, is 67 days away. Earth Day is 88 days away. Victoria Day long weekend is 120 days away. Father's Day is 147 days away. Canada Day is 158 days away. Independence Day, for any of my American friends watching, is 161 days away. The August long weekend is 189 days away. Labor Day is 225 days away. Thanksgiving for us is 260 days away. The U.S. Thanksgiving is 305 days away. Remembrance Day is 291 days away. And summer is only 147 days away. Oh. All right. All right. So, now, so before we get to some local events here, now we'll recap last night's episode. Now we tried. It was the Nutbuster Peanut Butter Porter by River Run Brewery. That really didn't click with me at all. Like I said, I gave it a 6 out of 10 rating. I'm not, if you like peanut butter extract in your beer, if you like, it's a good novelty beer. It just doesn't go well with any. Hold on here. Oh, what's this? Now, it just didn't go well with any. It doesn't go well. It won't go well with any barbecue, or it's not a beach beer or a barbecue beer. It's not a bingo hall beer. It's just a novelty beer that you can pop out at a party once in a while, pass it around to your friends, and yeah. So, but yeah, if you like peanut butter extract in your beer, Nutbuster Peanut Butter Porter by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia is really a good brew for you to have. So, all right. So, yeah, this one's already. If it takes some time to grow on me, but hey, it grows. So, all right. Mm. Mm. All right. Oh God, that's what. No. Yeah, that's right. My ashtray's back there. All right. So. Yeah, just point that right there. We did a double shot of actor Ed O'Neill. We talked about his Married with Children and Modern Family, and my favorite movie roles of his in Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2. We talked about the movie Shoot 'Em Up with Clive. Oh my God, Paul Giamatti and Clive Owen. We talked this week in Motley Crue history. We talked about Def Leppard, Pyromania, our classic albums live. It's a new feature on Big Jim Blogcast Live. Talked about legendary baseball player Don Sutton, and we revisited the Steelback Brewery, which is now long gone in Tiverton, Ontario. Crappy beers, I don't think there's none left in in any of the liquor stores there. So yeah, real crappy beer. Oh. Yeah, so anyways, hold on here a sec. Here's our first guitar solo of the night. Fuck. Alright, so hell, I'm gonna turn that up a little. So I've got Domino on right now, so I'm just watching scenes coming on there, Domino Harvey. So anyways, yeah, with the COVID, now with COVID this past year and in 2020, it is rapidly approaching. My last U.S. trip was probably the second week in March, and then boom, everything shut down. I got a month and a half's holiday off of work, and all this money couldn't go spend it. I turned 50 last year, and I couldn't go to Cuba with my brother. We couldn't go anywhere. So, So anyways, yeah. And with events, you just got to play it by ear. It's a real crapshoot now. There's new buzzwords developed over the past couple of years. Postponed, canceled, on hiatus, or rescheduled. So now, and yeah, we've all had to learn to live with it. But here it goes. Sunday, June 26th at 5 p.m. It's Our Lady Peace and Figure 11 at Sarnia Blue Water Border Fest in Centennial Park. Tickets, www.ticketscene.ca. Well, a group of us went last year, and the organizers really put on a great show. Mark and the guys, they gave Big Jim Blogcast Live free tickets to give away on here, and we went, but there was one exception. Lou Graham didn't show up, but it was still, in all, a really good time. Really good time. I gotta give them shout outs. They've just, they were amazing. The organizers worked hard on it. So yeah. And I would really recommend that. So I'm gonna do some sharing here. Let's see. I'm going to share to a group. All right. Mm-hmm. Nope. Nope. Nah, not right now. Okay. So, all right. Share to. Oh well. Send in Messenger. Let's see here. Nah, we're not going to do that. So, all right. Anyways, anywho, yeah. Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. Multiverse Spring Fling. It's going to be at Valley Axe. Valley Axe is 1886 London Line in Sarnia. That is going to be free to attend. It's going to be 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. I've been there with a group of people. What you do? Okay, imagine this is a small pickaxe, and you wham right through. You throw it at a target. But before you can all do that, it's like 3D. Whoa! So, you're given a 30-minute tutorial on what to do and what not to do. So, and if you violate those, you're kicked out. It's for everybody's safety and to make sure nobody loses a finger or an eye or a limb. So, Anywho. All right, so maybe some more sharing. All right, share. More options here to a group. All right, there we go. More sharing. Okay, so, all right. Oh, here we are. All right. Okay. So, all right. I want to give shout outs to the people to the groups that I'm sharing this in. The old Port Elgin Beach Casino group, Stokes Inland, Brown Foundation, North Shore Neighborhood, Lizard's Bar and Grill, and a few other rock and glam metal groups, because I will be talking about Out of the Cellar from Rat tonight. So the classic album. Saturday, April 17th, Bottoms Up Bar and Grill in Point Edward has their Heroes and Villains Murder Mystery Dinner. 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., hosted by Michelle Dion. Now, again, email her for more details, but as with COVID, you never know if it's going to happen or not. So, if you're out there, you're watching, say hello so I know you're there. I can pretty much see who's just drop me a line, drop me a comment. September 3rd to September 5th, 2021, the Sarnia Craft Rib and Beer Fest, 1730 London Line on Hiawatha Horse Park. It's free entry, going to be live music, craft beer, and ribs. Can't go wrong with that combination. So, anyways, all right, and tonight, Friday, June 11, 2021, the Blue Water Health Foundation has the Lion Block Party with the Trues at Suncor Agora Pavilion. Tickets are $40 general, $75 VIP, $140 VIP for a weekend pass, and $75 general weekend pass. So that ought to be a good time, but again, with COVID and with all these events, you know as well as I do that it may or may not happen. So, all right, because the buzzwords are like postponed, canceled, hiatus, or rescheduled. So, well, again, I want to give shout outs to anybody watching in the groups I just mentioned, the Port Elgin Beach Casino, Stokes Inland, Lizard's Bar and Grill, North Shore Neighborhood, Brown Foundation, and a few other music groups in there, rock and 80s hard metal, like 80s metal, and the Michigan Cigar Smokers. I'm Jim. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live. It is episode 159, 159 on Facebook Live, and it's a craft beer tonight is called Red Light. It is Red Light Red Ale. by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, and I usually give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, all right. And blended Scotch whiskey. Yeah. And so, all right. That is one really good beer. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. So, all right. And thank you for ending your weekend with me. Most of everybody has to go back to work tomorrow. So it is Big Jim's Blogcast Live 3.0, episode 159. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. Before we get to that, oh wait a minute. All right. So, random guitar solo. It's the Welcome, Can I Help You riff. So, all right. So, now we get to Miss Tanya Roberts, a former Bond girl. So, anyways, yeah, as I posted, as always, I always do, post like the very bad, like Tanya Roberts, clips of her movies and her interview clips on my Facebook page and the Blogcast page. All right. No. Anyways, she was born in Victoria Blum, October 15th, 1954, in New York City. She started, at age 15, she started making plans for a modeling career. Several years later in New York City, she meets her future husband, Barry Roberts. He became a screenwriter. She began studying acting. She begins her career as a model in commercial for Clairol, Excedrin, Ultra Bright, and she acted in several off-Broadway plays. Now, she begins her film and TV career in 1975. Like her movie career, her movies, like right up from 1975 to 1994. Forced Entry, Fingers, The Yum Yum Girls, California Dreamin', The Beastmaster, and we'll get to her best roles in shortly. Sheena, A View to a Kill, Body Slam, Night Eyes, mostly erotic thrillers, but at this point, Inner Sanctum, Legal Tender, Sins of Desire, Deep Down. Now, her TV career lasted right up from like 78 to right up into 2005. Mostly like TV shows like Pleasure Cove, Vegas, Waikiki, Charlie's Angels, The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Burke's Law, Murder Me, Murder You, Silk Stockings, High Tide, That 70s Show, Fillmore, Eve. Now, I feel like her best roles, now, 1982, she starred in Beastmaster. That's a cult movie, by the way, co-starring Mark Singer. Now, and Rip Torn. It is a classic cult movie. If you ever get a chance, check it out. Yeah, Mark Singer, who went on to like star in the V series on Friday nights, late night TV, and on NBC. She starred in 1984's movie Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Now, oh God, that was nominated for several Golden Raspberry Awards. It was nominated for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Screenplay, Worst Director, Worst Musical Score, and it bombed big time at the box office. But today it's considered a cult classic. 1986, she starred in the movie Body Slam. She played Candice van der Wegen, girlfriend to manager, also her manager boyfriend played by Dirk Benedict, and it co-starred Roddy Piper, about a promoter who takes his tag team on the road, with cameos from pro wrestling cameos, like Ric Flair had a cameo in it, the Head Shrinkers had a cameo in it. 1985, she starred in View to a Kill, Bond girl, Stacey Sutton. She was nominated for a Razzie for that. View to a Kill. I talked about that, I think, in 2019 on one of the blogcasts. So, yeah, it was Roger Moore's last outing as James Bond, and he looked so old in it. And she loved that movie. She loved playing, she loved co-starring with, Roger Moore, but he didn't feel the same. He felt there was a lack of chemistry between him and Tanya. But the movie, it's really, Moore started to really show his age in that movie. Like I said, it was the last one out for Roger Moore. In 1980, she was on the fifth and final season of Charlie's Angels. She played a new Angel, Julie Rogers. So, and we'll get to the Charlie's Angels in a minute here. The fifth and final season of it. Oh. All right. So, anyways, yeah. And from 1998 to 2004, she played. She was on that '70s show as Marge Pinisetti, or Midge Pinisetti, housewife. She leaves that '70s show in the third season to care for her terminally ill husband, but returned in the 6th and 7th seasons for guest appearances. She retires from acting in 2005. So, but just this past month, January 4th, unfortunately, she passed away of a urinary tract infection that entered her blood, her organs and bloodstream, and could not be resuscitated. So, to a former Bond girl, cheers, Miss Tanya Roberts. So, all right. Anywho, tonight's beer is Red Light Red Ale by the River Run Brewing Company in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I will give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, all right. And I want to give shout outs to the people watching in the Port Elgin Beach Casino group, Stokes Inland, Lizards Bar and Grill, the North Shore Neighborhood, the Brown Foundation, and Michigan Cigar Smokers, if you're catching this, and a few 80s hard rock groups, glam metal groups. So, because we will be talking about Rat Out of the Cellar and coming up. So, all right. Now, I did post a few. I posted clips from the Beastmaster, Sheena, and View to a Kill, plus an interview with Tanya Roberts on my Facebook page and the blogcast page. So, all right. So this cigar is by where? Oh yeah, Sharkskin Weather Gear in Point Edward, Ontario, Canada. Shout outs to them, Kevin. All right. So, yeah. So, Charlie's Angels. Now, a bit of a backstory on here, the beginnings of Charlie's Angel before I get on to the fifth and final season. It originally aired on ABC from September 1976 to June 24th, 1981. It was produced by Aaron Spelling. It was an Aaron Spelling show. Premise of the show, it's like the three original Angels. They graduate from the police academy. They're dissatisfied with their jobs, so they go to work for the Charles Townsend Agency as private investigators. So their boss, Charlie Townsend, calls them Angels, and he's never shown or seen face to face. Charles gives the Angels and David Bosley, their supervisor, so to speak, their assignments through a speakerphone. So, all right. What do we got here? So, now the original Angels, Jill Monroe, played by Farrah Fawcett, lasted for one season, 76 to 77 season. Sabrina Duncan, played by Kate Jackson, she stayed on with the series for 4 seasons. Kelly Garrett, played by Jacqueline Smith, Kelly Garrett went through all 5 seasons. So now and then the original, all these other, the Cheryl Ladd played Chris Monroe, the younger sister of Jill Monroe. She joined in she lasted from 77 to 80. She joined in the last 2 seasons. Tiffany Wells, played by Shelley Hack, joined in the last season. In the 4th season. And Julie Rogers, played by Tanya Roberts, joined in the very last season of Charlie's Angels. So, now, the original time slot on ABC for the Angels was Wednesdays at 10 p.m. and it became a ratings hit. So, because it had little to no real competition, and it remained a top 5 hit for the next 3 seasons. But the ratings slide began in the 4th season. Well, Farrah Fawcett left, so there was a little bit of a dip right there after the 1st season. There was a little bit of a dip, and then when Sabrina Duncan or Kate Jackson left, there was you could tell that's where the rating slide begins to start. Now, it's 4th and 5th seasons when Shelley Hack joined and Tanya Roberts joined. Charlie's Angels was pretty much starting in its ratings decline. In the 5th season, Charlie's Angels placed 59th out of 65 shows. So the writing was pretty much on the wall. So there were 17 episodes in the 5th season. Now the Angels, I think they try, this is what's termed as jiggle TV. The Angels in this season, the Angels take on moonshiners, they take on kidnappers, they go to Hawaii to solve several murders, they take on and infiltrate a terrorist group in Hawaii, of course. They go undercover as lifeguards, they go undercover as roller skating waitresses, stunt women, taxi drivers and dispatchers. I'm not making this up. I mean, but yeah, like I said, the writing was on the wall. ABC canceled it. So, and it was it was did I watch any of it? Well, I tried to. Like I said, I was like a kid. I was pre-puberty, so I really for three women, maybe an older teenager me would tune into it, but I was always in bed. I was in bed by the time Charlie's Angels would come on. I would go to bed around 8. My parents would send me to bed around 8 or 9 o'clock. So, but I would catch later on, like in the 80s, like 90s, the original episodes. John Forsythe starred as Charlie Townsend. In the 17th episode and last of Charlie's Angels, he's finally shown on camera, but his face is hiding behind a surgical mask. Boy, is that ever... Don't we hate wearing masks? We're masks free. So, and yeah, David Bosley played, but it was like a Charlie's Angels, had spin-offs. Like the movie had several movie spin-offs. So, but it was good to leave it where it was. I posted like several of shows openings. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Angels. It was John Forsythe's voice through a speaker. Angels, we're gonna go undercover in Hawaii. Oh, of course. So they undercover as a lifeguard, or undercover as a waitress, undercover stunt women. Hey, who doesn't go undercover as lifeguards or stunt women or roller skating waitresses or infiltrate terrorist groups on the beach in Hawaii? Oh. So, yeah, Charlie's Angels. All right. So, hold on here. All right. Da, da, da. There's a riff, and so, all right. So, anyways, yeah. So, all right. The beer for tonight, it is called River Run, or no, it is Red Light Red Ale. There's an extreme close of it right there. It is by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I will give it a rating later on. Oh, look at the head on that. All right. All right, and I will give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, all right. So, what do we got here? Let's see. Just checking my phone there. Oh, come on. There we are. Now, yeah, movie Domino. All right, I'm watching it. It's on the screen right now. This is what Domino. It is a really good movie. It was released, unfortunately, released September in 2005. Its budget was $50 million. It was directed by Tony Scott. The box office, however, it made only $24 million. It's the real story of Domino Harvey. She's an ex-Beverly Hills rich kid, model, dreams about wants to become a bounty hunter after getting kicked out of several boarding schools, expelled from several boarding schools. Her co-workers are bounty hunters, Ed Mosby, Chico, and Alf, and they work for Claremont Williams III. He's a bail bondsman. His girlfriend works for the California Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, oh yeah. All right. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. So, anyways, let's see what we got here. Hello, Denise. How are you? Now, Denise, tonight's beer is called Red Light Red Ale by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And thank you for tuning in tonight. Now, Domino, we're talking about this movie, Domino. I've got it on right now. All right, well, where's my ashtray? Oh, there it is. Now, all right, okay, Domino, the basic premise of this movie, like Domino, Ed, Chico, and Alf are hired by Drake Bishop, the owner of the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino, to find and retrieve his $10 million that was stolen from his casino. Claremont discovers that him and the bounty hunters are being set up and double-crossed by a rival bail bondsman. Now, good. Now they're being double-crossed. The robbers are the sons of mafia boss Anthony Cagludi. Now, the bounty hunters kill the sons and his sons, and he wants revenge on them, basically. At the casino, the bounty hunters and Claremont are held held hostage by Cagludi. They take the money, but his henchmen take the money. But Alf has stolen the cash, sent it off to Afghanistan, and placed explosives in the sack. Explosives in the sack, in the sacks where the money is supposed to go. A gunfight occurs. Ed's severely wounded. Alf blows up the top of the Stratosphere Casino. The $10 million, I said, is on its way to Afghanistan, and nobody survives but Domino. So they're all dead except for Domino. Again, it was a really good movie. Lucy Liu's in it. Christopher Walken's all in it too. The real life. It was based on a true story. There we go. Extreme close-up of that. The real life Domino Harvey worked as a ranch hand, a firefighter, a club DJ, and got kicked out, expelled from 4 boarding schools before she signed up and wanted to train to be a bounty hunter. So, but unfortunately, she's also a drug addict, and she passed away June 27, 2005, at age 35 in Los Angeles, California, of a drug overdose. And so, but yeah. All right, I'll just put this right over here. I posted several clips of Domino movie trailer on my Facebook page and the Blogcast page. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So, anyways, yeah. But it's a really good kick-ass movie. I would give it a 9 out of 10 stars. And yeah, like like I said, like it's really good. So if you ever get a chance, look up Domino. It's a good popcorn movie. So, anyways, now we get to all right. So, all right, another. Okay, another. Boom. There you go. There's another riff there for everybody. So, all right. And now get to my favorite part of the Blogcast. Just to do Mm. This beer is beginning. This is good beer. It's really good right off the hop. So, all right. It is. All right. So, anyways, now we get to this classic album, Rat, Out of the Cellar. So, all right. Extreme close-up, extreme close-up. There we go. All right. So, as I said, I was a teenager in the 80s. So, Rat, now, this was released March 27, 1984 on Atlantic Records. So, recorded at Village Recorder and Sound City Studios in Los Angeles, California. Producer was Beau Hill. The band, Stephen Pearcy, the lead singer. Robin Crosby, lead and rhythm guitar. Warren DeMartini, lead and rhythm guitar. Joan Croucier on bass, I hope I pronounced that right. And Bobby Blotzer was the drummer. Now, the songs, side 1, Wanted Man, You're in Trouble, Round and Round, In Your Direction, She Wants Money. Side 2, Lack of Communication, Back for More, The Morning After, I'm Insane, and Scene of the Crime. Little note here, they were managed by Marshall Burrell. Now, he is the nephew of legendary entertainer Milton Berle. Marshall also previously managed Van Halen. Now, Out of the Cellar, this album was an immediate success and got heavy rotation on MTV back then, and wide radio, lots of radio airplay, and it sold over 4 million copies in North America alone. So, the cover art on here, now this lovely young lady is, her name is Tawny Katane. Yeah, pretty much, really hot. She's a model, used to be a model, and she was Robin Crosby's girlfriend at the time. So, with the copy, and I have Stephen Pearcy's autobiography on my Nook, and he said, like, photographer, like, okay, let's see here. I gotta pronounce his name right. Okay. Where is it? There we go. They thank a lot of people on here on the back. Where is he? Neil Zlauzauer. Neil Zlauzauer. It was okay. It was Robin Crosby's girlfriend at the time, Tawny. Rock photographer Neil Zlauzauer shot her in a cage while throwing live rats at her, and she was totally cool with this. She appears in the video Back for More. Now, in the video Round and Round, the late comedian Marshall Burrell, who he said is like the uncle to Marshall Burrell, appeared in Round and Round, and he appeared in drag too. So, mostly like this. Okay, so this is like a really classic album, Rats Out of the Cellar. The tour, they began January 25th, 1984 with, they played 93 concerts, including there were 7 Canadian dates in there. And it ended December 31st, 1984. They toured with like Billy Squier. They opened up for Billy Squier, and then Billy Squier opened up for them. They toured with Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, and Ozzy Osbourne. Any band that toured with Ozzy got the rub, like back then. Was they instantly catapulted them to superstar, arena superstars. Now, okay, hold on here. So, but yeah, they do thank a lot of people on here. Let's see. Marshall Burrell, Doug Morris, the head of like Atlantic Records, Grover Jackson, guitar maker, and all our friends at Charvel Guitars. Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue, Phil Schwartz, who's on my Facebook, incidentally. I tracked him down, you know. And that's Stephen Pearcy's best friend. Aussie guitarist Jake E. Lee. Kevin Dubrow, lead singer of Quiet Riot. Bill Percy. Pat Richardson. Dave Jellison, former bandmate of Stephen Pearcy's. Matt Thorne. Rick and Lou Cruchet. Jenny Blotzer. And all our families and friends. Personal management, Marshall Burl. Blotz plays Ludwig drums and bass cymbals. Rat plays Charvel Jackson guitars and bass guitars. So, and this was my internet, basically, you know, so, at the time. So, Rat out of the Cellar. So, alright. Anywho. Alright. So, it is time for my favorite part of the show. It's called This Week in Van Halen History. Alright, okay. So, before we get to that, Alright, before we get to that, tonight's beer is called Red Light Red Ale. It is by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. I will give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. And I want to give shout-outs to the people watching in the groups that I posted this blogcast in, the Port Elgin Beach Casino, Stokes Inland, Lizard's Bar and Grill, the North Shore Neighborhood, Brown Foundation, Michigan Cigar Smokers, and Glam Rock and Metal groups. So, thank you for ending your Sunday night with me. All right. So, now, this week in Van Halen history. Oh, wait. Here, I gotta do... So, anyways... Domino. Kind of reminds me of that. So, if you're here... there we go. All right. All right, yeah, there we go. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, I wonder what that was. All right, so anyways, this week in Van Halen history, January 17th to 2015, Michael Anthony attends the Barrett-Jackson auction in Westworld in Scottsdale, Arizona. January 18th, 1984, Van Halen opens the 1984 tour at the Coliseum in Jacksonville, Florida. January 18th, 1995, Eddie Van Halen jams with Billy Idol, Steve Stevens at the NAMM show at the Convention Center in Anaheim, California. January 19th, 1991, Eddie Van Halen, Steve Morse, and Alvin Lee play a showcase at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California Convention Center. January 20th, 1982, Van Halen appears at the Venmore Countdown in Amsterdam. January 20th, 2003, Michael Anthony jams with Metal Shop formerly now known as Steel Panther, at the Viper Room in Hollywood, California. January 21st, 1998, David Lee Roth scales down, or 1988, sorry, January 21st, 1988. David Lee Roth scales down Tower Records building in Los Angeles, California, to promote the release of his album Skyscraper. January 21st, 1998, David Lee Roth appears on the Larry King Show. January 22nd, 1983, Van Halen plays the Ibirapuque Gymnasium in Sao Paulo, Brazil. January 23rd, 2012, Eddie Van Halen attends the NAMM show at the Convention Center in Anaheim, California, and debuts the new Edward Van Halen Wolfgang Custom LT guitar. And January 24th, 1995, Van Halen released this, Balance. Yeah. All right, and that is all for this week in Van Halen history. All right. So, yeah. I want to take a moment here to welcome all the people. I want to give shout outs to all the people watching in the Port Elgin Beach Casino group, the Stokes Inland, Lizards Bar and Grill, Michigan Cigar Smokers, North Shore Neighborhood, Brown Foundation, and a few glam rock groups that I posted this in, because I was talking about Out of the Cellar from Rat. Well, all right. So, and tonight's beer. All right. So tonight's beer is called Red Light Red Ale. It is by the River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I will give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, all right. So, yeah, and now we turn our attention to Mr. Captain Lou Albano, legendary pro wrestling manager, born July 29th, 1933 in Lazio, Italy. Now, he came to the U.S. with his parents from Italy, attended Archbishop Stepina High School in White Plains, New York. He competed in track and field and was captain of his football team, University of Tennessee, but he was expelled from there and went into the U.S. Army, but discharged after 8 months from a childhood injury. So he begins wrestling in 1964 as a singles and tag team competitor. Now, he is in a tag team. He has a tag team with Tony Albano, known as the Sicilians, and wrestled in the WWF until 1969. Now, begins his managing career in 1971. He manages Ivan Koloff, Greg Valentine, Don the Magnificent Morocco, Don the Rock Morocco. He leads both of these guys to the Intercontinental Championship. Albano, Captain Lou, over the course of his career, guided 13 teams to the WWE Tag Team Championship. Some of them were the Valiant Brothers, the Wild Samoans, the Yukon Lumberjacks, the Blackjacks, the Moondogs, the U.S. Express, the British Bulldogs, to name a few. He also managed George the Animal Steele, Ken Patera, and Andre the Giant. The rock and wrestling boom happened. Now, he met Cyndi Lauper on a plane, and he appeared in several of his videos. Now, I posted several interview clips of him on my Facebook page and the Blogcast page. So now, and they form a rivalry. It was a rock and wrestling connection. So he leaves WWE in 1986 for semi-retirement, but he returns in 1994 again to manage the Head Shrinkers to become tag team champions. So his legacy, like I said, he was very much a part of the rock and wrestling connection era of the WWE. They partnered with MTV, and that began the pro wrestling boom. So, but unfortunately, Captain Lou passed away October 14, 2009 of a heart attack. So, cheers, Mr. Albano. Now, before we go, I want to give shout-outs, like I'll give them inspirational, motivational quotes soon for 2021. So, but want to remember several, like the legendary Hank Aaron, Hammerin' Hank Aaron. He needs no introduction. Legendary baseball player, 755 career home runs, spent nearly 21 seasons with the Atlanta Braves. Before that, he was in the Louisiana Negro League. And he spent, after the Braves, he spent one season with the Milwaukee Brewers. 25 times All-Star World Series champion, baseball pioneer. He broke records by Babe Ruth. Unfortunately, Mr. Hank Aaron passed away in his sleep January 22nd, 2021, 2 weeks shy of his 87th birthday. Cheers to you, Mr. Aaron. Now, Larry King, legendary radio host, TV presenter, journalist, host of the Larry King Show, host of Larry King Live. Legendary, like I said, did more than 60,000 interviews in his lifetime. He retired in 2010. He appeared on various infomercials and TV shows, and like I said, he appeared on a handful of TV shows, mostly portraying himself. Winner of multiple broadcasting awards. He passed away at age 87, January 23rd. That will be yesterday. In Los Angeles, survived by his seventh wife Sean and his kids. John Reilly, veteran soap star, actor, passed away at age 84. He appeared on General Hospital, Passion, Sunset Beach, As the World Turns, Days of Our Lives, and he had a recurring role in 1983 on Dallas. He also appeared on Beverly Hills 90210 as Kelly Taylor's father, and he passed away from a heart attack January 9th, 2021 at age 86. So, Hank Aaron, Larry King, John Reilly, cheers. Wherever you are right now, I hope you're truly enjoying yourselves. All respective legends in their field. All right. So, I'm going to get to our motivational quote now. Oh, hold on here. I'll give you guys another riff. So, all right. So, okay. Now, our motivational quote tonight is, keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. I'll say that again. Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. And that is by poet Mary Oliver. So, yeah. I will give this a rating. This one last, so, Mm. Mm. All right, here we go. Okay. 8. There we go. 8 out of 10 stars. Good beer. Good job, guys. River Run Brewery in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's good. It is a barbecue beer. All right. So we talked about Tanya Roberts. Or anyways, I want to give Stephen Morrison, Elise Brown, Paul Van Beers, Tam Janis, Lisa King, Jody Strangway. Happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday to you. At least you, Elise, I hope you're having a happy birthday. Talked about former actress Tanya Roberts, her career, the show she'd been on, Charlie's Angels, and her movies like Beastmaster, Sheena, and that 70s show, that TV show, the 70s show, and former Bond girl, View to a Kill, with Roger Moore. We talked about the 5th and final season of Charlie's Angels. All right, so Tanya Roberts, Charlie's Angels, the 5th and final season. Domino, the movie. This. And this week in Van Halen history, the classic Out of the Cellar album by Rat. We talked about Captain Lou Albano. And we remembered Hank Aaron, Larry King, and John Reilly. So anyways, and we gave this beer an 8 out of 10 stars. So, alright. So everybody, you may or may not see me next weekend. Cheers, and thank you for ending your weekend with Big Jim Blogcast Live, episode 159 on Facebook Live. So, cheers everybody, and be good.